In this episode, we give a huge shout out to the organizer of this chess game for street kids in Lagos, Uncle Tunde Onakoya. Also in this episode, we talked about how people are inhaling harmful substances in Rivers State of Nigeria, and many of them don't even know it. In South Africa, the beloved Bishop Desmond Tutu passed away at the age of 90. In the Gambia, the Supreme Court has dismissed the election result challenged by the opposition. And of course, I introduced you guys to Afolabi Inc, Afolabi Incorporated, one of the partners being a young Nigerian designer making waves here in America. Don't forget you can always fast forward to the story that you like to watch by clicking in the timestamp below. Please follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And if you like this episode, share with somebody on your social media platforms. Call the world the camera. What's up, people? It's your girl Adeola. First of all, huge shout out to the designer that sent me this stuff, xnatives.com. Thank you so much. They're always sending me stuff for this show. They're always taking good care of your girl. Please check them out on their website. Thank you so much. So I like to start with good news, which I'm very sure that many of you have heard about. Many of you have seen this story, but honestly, I like to give a huge shout out to the founder of Chess in Slums Africa. That is Uncle Tunde Onakoya. He's a professional chess player as well as a chess coach. This man literally goes into neighborhoods that most people don't want to go to, with one thing in mind: to use chess in order to change the mindset of street kids so that they can think strategically and stay out of trouble, get an education, and possibly change their destiny.
From playing chess, skills like critical thinking, like good communication skills, creativity, they're learning how to think strategically, they're learning problem-solving skills, and these skills are skills that will be relevant throughout their existence.
How amazing is that? He's been doing this for years, by the way. And of course, his team, because he's not doing this alone. He has a team of people that go with him everywhere that he goes. He's been to Makoko. You guys are aware of Makoko. He's also been to a slum in Ikorodu and so many other places. And then, of course, the street kids under the Ikorodu bridge was where he was recently, where a lot of people avoid because of the high crime rate. This man takes interest in the kids that the society has rejected and written off, kids that people would believe they will end up as criminals. These are the people that he's taking interest in.
The game is most likely to end in a draw.
Since Chess in Slums Africa was established in 2018, the 26-year-old says he has taught more than 200 children the basics of chess.
Not all of them will go on to become professional chess players, but ultimately they will get to learn a lot of important life skills that will stay with them, and that would also give them a lot of life-changing opportunities.
That's awesome. So they are using chess to teach these kids valuable skills. And the wonderful thing is they're seeing results already. Some of these kids are going back to school. Some of them are getting scholarships, like this guy.
And that's true for Gambian Lowo. He's headed to college on a full scholarship after he won a tournament in April. It's a relief for his disabled mother.
So it was an amazing day. The children that participated in the tournament, the winners got scholarships. I mean, this was the best part, of that experience for me, because we didn't even know that was going to happen. So the children got scholarship, and the scholarship would cover them all the way to university level.
And then, of course, he got a well-deserved recognition recently on social media after him and his team went into Ikorodu, where they didn't just teach these kids how to play chess, but on the day of the tournament, they literally sold them new clothes. They made them new outfits, complete with the headgear.
What if it's too hard? I'm gonna push through. What if it's too rough? What if it's too rough? I'm gonna push through. What if you're just too young? What if you're not good enough? Why because I believe in you.
That's amazing. Oh my goodness. Wow. So now donors and sponsors are offering them scholarships and higher education opportunities. Like, seriously, this is inspiring. And I'm so happy to hear that there was one girl that they found under the Ikorodu bridge, has now been taken away from the bridge, is now living with one of his team members. Wow. There's nothing more to say about this story. I mean, the lives of these kids would never remain the same. He just changed their destinies like that. And the publicity he gave them alone. Look at how excited these kids center to be given this chance, even if not all of them will end up going back to school. But you cannot deny the fact that Mr. Onokoya is having a positive impact on these children. I really hope that this project continues to grow and that more and more people will hop on in order to sponsor these kids and give them a chance to grow and further their education. He has an active Twitter page where you can contact him. They also have an Instagram page. So if you have any way of helping these kids, please reach out to him. I'm pretty sure that he would appreciate that. Lastly, I really hope that you guys would take some time and watch this movie called Queen of Catway. Please watch it if you're yet to. We're all on holidays, you know, well, some of you are. Featuring Lupita Nyong'o, because I know that some people would say, but exactly how can chess change lives of kids on the street? This movie is based on true life story of how chess has changed the destinies of some children in a slum in Kampala, Uganda. And if you watch that movie, you will be inspired. Today, Onokoya is like the coach in that movie. And our society owes him so much appreciation. Who knows what these kids will become tomorrow? And of course, you know that I would say this, but seriously, is it possible for you to also help change the destiny of a child or children? You may think there's nothing you can do, but please don't just ignore street kids or beggars. Don't just write them off as criminals or this is how they will end up. Every single child has the potential to become somebody, given the right resources. Where you are today is because of the resources that you had when you were growing up. Some of these street kids, if they had what some of you have, they wouldn't have turned out like that. You know what I mean? So every single child has the potential to become somebody, given the right opportunity. So think about it. Maybe it's just somebody around the corner of your house that you've passed by several times, or a neighbor's child that you know, maybe you can help. Maybe you can help in paying their school fees or something. Or maybe you've seen them being sent home from school because of school fees. Maybe there's something that you can do. Think about it. So that while we're celebrating him for what he's doing, we can also someday celebrate you for touching lives. And of course, he set up a GoFundMe page where people are donating so that he could do more and reach more kids. We'll put the link to his GoFundMe in the description below as well, so that if anybody out there is willing to contribute to what he's doing, so you can do that. You guys not know much. Guess what? I'm just giving it real. So guys, there's something that has been giving me huge concern, and I really want to thank Toyosi Etimefyong for telling me about this issue. But do you know that in Rivers State of Nigeria, people are breathing in a substance called black soot? That's the leftover material from burning items that do not burn completely, meaning that their carbon structure is left behind in a less stable state, and then it's mixed with other air contaminants. So I'm not trying to bore you guys with grammar, but the cocoa of the matter is oil bunkering in Rivers State is seriously polluting the air. I'm talking about the storage and transition of oil from tankers to containers, and then the burning of oil particles, gas explosions, gas flares, and these things have left the air contaminated, and people don't even know it. And this is not limited to Rivers State, by the way. The same thing is happening in Delta State, in Bayelsa State, all the oil region, the oil state. So if you live in any of these states, you can actually find out for yourself. You know, when you wake up in the morning, use a white handkerchief to clean your nose and see if there's black substance and particles on the white handkerchief. That's how you know if you've been breathing in some of these substances. You can also notice the particles in your kitchen, your countertops, your pots. Check your cooking pots and your plates, or in the store when you're trying to buy something. Sometimes you will see it on the items, even the floor of your homes, the water that you're drinking. It's really bad that when some people sneeze or cough now, they see black substance coming out of their throats. And please do not dismiss these signs, because it's already leading to all kinds of respiratory complications. Talking about increase in lung infections, respiratory illnesses, the risk of heart attack, wheezing, cancer, coughing, breathing problems, irritation of the eyes, nose, and throat. It has actually led to the worsening of existing heart problems, asthma, and other lungs complications, as well as skin diseases. And guess what? According to this article, in 5 years' time, especially if nothing is done, this will only get worse. And now, so many people are dying in Nigeria. You will just hear about people collapsing and dying, and they will say it's the village people, it's the witches, the wizards. Sometimes it is the environment. We're not paying attention to what is going on in our environment, and it's affecting us. Unfortunately, the government of Rivers State is not doing enough about this. I'm not saying that they're not doing anything, but I don't believe that they are doing enough. And part of this is, and please do not quote me, because they will not admit to this publicly, but part of this is the fact that some of these oil companies are paying the government in order for them to carry out their illegal bunkering, burning, gas flaring in places where it shouldn't be done, instead of them going out of town far away to designated areas where they're supposed to do these things. They now do it right on the streets where people live, where people are exposed to what they're doing. It's so bad that some landlords in Rivers State, for example, are also allowing them to do it on their premises so long as they pay them. So it seems like people are more concerned about money than about their health. I don't understand that. I really do not understand that. It's so bad sometimes that you feel like you're breathing in diesel, and it shouldn't be like that. You know, one of the precautions is to constantly clean your home. That's good, but what about when you go outside? Because you have to go out, you have to go to work, you have to go to school. I really think that people need to hold their government accountable about this matter so that they would stop allowing foreign oil companies from polluting their environment. Because you guys would not believe, but the things that the oil companies do in Nigeria, please know that they would never try that in their own countries. There are regulations in their countries that they have to follow. They don't do that there. So we really have to speak up. Otherwise, people are dying slowly and they don't even know it. You guys don't know much. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real. Moving on to South Africa, the beloved Bishop Desmond Tutu passed away at the age of 90. It's so sad. We love him. We don't want him to go. But hey, it was just a day after Christmas that he breathed his last breath. Desmond Tutu is one of South Africa's well-known human rights activists. Despite being a pastor, he's mostly referred to as a human rights activist. He even won the 1984 Nobel Peace Prize for his efforts in resolving and ending the apartheid in South Africa. Now, he's the first black Anglican Archbishop of both Cape Town and Johannesburg. He's known as the voice of the voiceless, especially the black South Africans, where he was an outspoken critic of apartheid. Desmond Tutu also supported the economic boycott of South Africa while constantly encouraging reconciliation between various factions associated with apartheid. When Nelson Mandela was elected as the first black president, he appointed Desmond Tutu as the chairperson of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission. That's how great he was. And in his human rights work, Tutu formulated his objective as a democratic and just society without racial division. And of course, he set forth demands for its accomplishments, including equal civil rights for all. That means every single person. He also advocated for a common system of education and the cessation of forced deportation. And just like Martin Luther King here in the US, who was also a pastor, he was also promoting non-violent protests. He actually won the Nobel Peace Prize. Of course, he was good friends with Nelson Mandela. And despite being a bishop, he advocated for equal treatment of all people, especially the LGBT community, the gays, the lesbians, the fact that people just beat up somebody because he's gay or they beat them up because they are lesbians. He advocated by every single person should be treated equal and be treated as an image of God, regardless of their beliefs. Not just the religious people, but everybody loved him. Tutu has been bestowed numerous awards, of course, not just for standing up for South Africans, but for standing up for other countries like the Palestinians. And he spoke out about climate change and the environment, which is why when he died, people are mourning him all over the world, not just in South Africa. I mean, Palestinians are mourning his death. Gay people are mourning his death. I just want to say that in this age where a lot of preachers are now competing on who gets more private jets, I have 4 private jets, I have 3 private jets. This man is being remembered for ensuring that all people are loved and that all people are treated equal. May his soul continue to rest in peace. You guys know I don't know much. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real. Moving on to Gambia, the Supreme Court has dismissed the challenge to Adama Barrow's election. So the opposition, led by Osano Dabo, that's the leader of the United Democratic Party, had challenged the result of the election where Adama Barrow was declared the winner. But the challenge was rejected on Tuesday by the country's Supreme Court. Adama Barrow won 53% of the vote. Dabo received about 28% of the vote, but then he claimed that there had been irregularities and that the election was rigged. The court dismissed the petition on the grounds that Dabo's party had failed to serve Adama Barrow within 5 days of filing it. And this violated the Gambia's fair trial procedures. And then some people are saying that they don't have enough evidence of election rigging. Gambians, let me know what you think. In the meantime, though, we're really hoping that the president, Adama Barrow, will fulfill the bold promises that he made during his campaign. Like he promised that there will be a national health insurance designed to cut costs and provide easier access for all when it comes to health care. So we're really hoping that he will keep that promise, and we'll keep you guys posted on what's happening in the Gambia. You guys not know much. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real. So before I leave, guys, I want to introduce you to Afolabi Inc. Afolabi Incorporated. Okay, you guys like to wear designers, but every time you are wearing designers by other people, wear your own people's designer as well. As in, Afolabi Inc. was created by a Nigerian guy called Gold Afolabi, and he's now one of the partners of this company. And they are creating amazing outfits, amazing designs that you guys will see on their website. And I know you guys like to wear designer this, designer that. Can you also wear designer by Nigerians? You know, designer by your own Africans. That's amazing. So if you're wearing Chanel, Gucci, wear Afolabi Inc. as well. And they just have new collections out. They call it the Ancestors Collection. They wrote things in there that makes you think about where you are from. Like, remember the child of who you are. Not your meniti one shade. That's the same thing in Yoruba. They have like the Naira bill on some of their outfits. It's just really cool. And people that are not even Africans are rocking their design. So those of you that are Africans, so please visit their website. Their outfits are affordable and they are always running out. So if you want to place your order, place it ASAP because they're always running out of collections and they don't always continue a collection. Contact them in case you're interested. And of course, I like to give a huge birthday shout out to one of my fathers, Dr. Sesan Oluwasola. You know, I do I'm working you. As a daddy, I'm on my knees. This man is actually one of my board members for Kawa Foundation, that is Keeping It Real with Adeola Foundation. So we work together closely. I speak with this man at least once in a week. I'm speaking with this man because we're working on so many things, which I will be updating you guys about soon. We are touching lives. We thank the Lord. It's a huge privilege to be able to touch lives. Anyways, I want to apologize to Dr. Eson because I missed his birthday. Kai. His birthday has actually passed. It was at the beginning of this month. Can you guys believe that your girl forgot her father's birthday? How could I? Adeola. And I cannot be no daddy. Apologies to him, his wife, his children, that I forgot his birthday. But huge shout out to you. So thank you so much for being a life changer, for being one of our board members, and for touching lives. We're so grateful. He's a gynecologist at the University of Ibadan Teaching Hospital. He's an amazing man. All right, y'all, it's Miri, and I'm keeping it right up in here. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And if you're here to subscribe to my channel, I'm watching you on Plasma TV. Press the subscribe button and the bell button. Until next time, I will see you all later. Peace out.
I am loving you. I was just trying to fight with you, but you said no. It is cool though. I'm that Negro regardless. Baby, life is timeless. So I am that Negro regardless. But yeah, that was some of the things I had to figure out for myself when I came down here.